Alright, so let's take a look at number 4. So it says solve the equation. Okay, so again, it's in logarithmic form, right? Obviously, because it says log. This one, there's an equal sign already on there, right? So on those other ones, I had it put in the equal sign. This one already has an equal sign in there, so that's fine. And so again, what we want to do is that it's currently in logarithmic form, and we want to move it over into what we're used to seeing, which is exponential form. So from Benny to Ben. Again, the base stays the same. So my base, which is always just going to be the first number that's there, would be 10. So 10 is my base. And then here's my exponent coming over, which in this case would be -3. And then the number, which in this case would be x. And I'm just going to flip this around. I'm going to say x equals 10 to the -3. You know, in that other problem, I guess it was the first one where we had to rewrite with like bases. We had a negative exponent. So what we said is that pretend it's positive, right? So, like if you had, what's 10 to the +3? Well, 10 to the +3 is 1,000. So what this means is that 10 to the -3 would just be 1 over 1,000. Now, let's just kind of prove, because we didn't do it on the first one, but let's just show you a quick proof of why negative exponents turn into fractions. I'm just going to do a little scratch work here. So 10 to the 3rd is 1,000. 10 squared is 100. 10 to the 1st power is 10. And this comes to this is what I like about this is we actually are able to kind of prove two things. One, what happens when 0 is an exponent, and two, which is what we're after, what happens when the exponent's negative. Well, look at the pattern that's happened here so far. Is that I'm counting down 3, 2, 1, 0, and then I'll keep counting, right? So that where I get now into the negative numbers. And what I'm wanting to know is that, okay, what's happening to these numbers? Well, they're being divided by 10 each time, right? 1,000 divided by 10 would be 100. 100 divided by 10 would be 10. 10 divided by 10 would be 1. So this is a proof, first of all, that anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Now, what if I divided 1 by 10? Well, I'd end up getting a fraction, 1 over 10. What if I divided that by 10? I'd get even a smaller fraction, 1 over 100. What if I divide by 10 again? I get 1 over 1,000. So you notice that 10 to the +3 is 1,000. 10 to the -3 is 1 over 1,000. 10 to the +2 is 100. 10 to the -2 is 1 over 100. Right? So what we end up seeing is that negative exponents don't make negative numbers. Right? None of these numbers are negative. Right? So that's the common misconception, is that, oh, the exponent is negative, so that must mean that the number is negative. Nope, not the case. What ends up happening is that it ends up making it a fraction. So 10 to the -3, and one way you could think of this is 1 over 10 to the +3, which would be 1 over 1,000. One little kind of, I guess, trick to kind of remember that is turn that frown upside down. Right? Let's write that. So turn that frown upside down. What do we mean by that? Well, in this case, what we mean by the frown is, right, negative, so it's a negative exponent. So turn that frown upside down, upside meaning we're taking the reciprocal, right, we're flipping it, and then upside down, that negative then becomes a positive, just like a smile, or a frown would become a smile. All right, well, hopefully you're smiling at this point because you now understand negative exponents. So stop the video here and try number 4 on the right side.